Hello and welcome back to the Realistic Remote with Wolves. This is episode 9 of our series on FC26 on the channel. And do you know what? We're coming off the back of a pretty rough episode, I'd say, which they haven't been too common considering the club we took over, where we took them over from. We had a couple of heavy home defeats to Liverpool and Villa. I mean, our home form was horrific. I think we picked up like 5 points out of 42 or something. It's crazy. We then beat Blackpool away in the FA Cup to secure our position in the quarter-final of that competition, which is brilliant. Could go on a nice little cup run. And then we drew away to Brentford, who I think were unbeaten in the last 5 as well. They're going quite well. They're on a good run of form, so it wasn't a bad point at all to pick up. That leaves us here, though, with 8 games remaining. We are 17th, 6 points above Fulham and Sunderland, actually. There's a point. We're a point behind Everton and Palace. So I think this 6 here, these are the 6 that are going to be battling relegation. I think Burnley are down. They're 11 points adrift to safety. They've got a huge game against Fulham today in the first game that they have to win. We face Arsenal in the first game, as you would see there. And yeah, Arsenal at home, tough one. Then we've got Sunderland away in the FA Cup. So we have Sunderland for a place in the semi-finals, for a place at Wembley. And obviously Sunderland struggling in the Premier League. That could be massive for us. And then you'll see us take on West Ham and Leeds. I think 2 sides that are doing all right. West Ham are in the bottom half. I think Leeds 8th. So not going to be an easy episode at all, but potential to move away from the relegation zone. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like the video and drop a comment. We're coming up to the end of season 1, so we need some transfer suggestions. And subscribe to the channel if you are new and enjoying the series. We kind of revamped the series recently and reloaded it, revived it. So for today's first game of the episode, as you would have seen, we are playing Arsenal. The Gunners are second in the Premier League right now. They were top, I think, last episode, so they've dropped a little bit. 5 points adrift to Liverpool now with just 8 games to go. Feel like the points tally isn't that crazy. 63 after 30 games. Maybe I'm mistaken, but Arsenal second. We drew with them 2-2 at the Emirates, so let's see what we can do at home at Molineux. Yeah, just looking at the form below me here. I mean, I said they were top last episode. I don't know what's happened. They haven't won in 5 games. They've lost 4 straight. This is the perfect time to play Arteta's side. So here's the lineup for today's first game of the episode. And we're going with a 4-3-3 formation. I'm pretty sure it's unchanged from the Brentford side. Arukadere has recovered from his 5-day injury to be back in the squad. Agbadou is still at centre-back ahead of Krejci. I know the results weren't great in the last episode, but the team's performing relatively well. And look, we're above that drop zone, and that was the target for the season, to survive. As for our opposition, 4-3-3 as well for Arsenal. David Raya in goal. Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, Hinikape, Odegaard, Gravenberch is an in-game sign-in, Havertz, Saka, Gyökeres, Trossard. So, Arsenal signed Ryan Gravenberch from Liverpool. Very interesting indeed. We picked up a point at the Emirates, drew 2-2. Can we get a result against the Gunners here? We have been awful at home, as mentioned. 5 points from 42 available. Oof. But let's see, it's a new episode, fresh start. Up the Wolves. Here's Gyökeres looking for a fast start for Arsenal. Bukayo Saka onto his right foot, finds the space. Terrible shot. Odegaard stood over it. He goes short to Gabriel. Interesting decision. Back onto his left foot. Not cleared. And I think that's Havertz with the shot. It was. And it goes wide. Gunners starting strong here. Despite having lost 4 of their last 5 games, they look like they're hungry. Gyökeres trying to find Saka. He actually could have gone alone there. Good interception though, but that's given away. And we can only hold off for so long playing like this. It's Odegaard. It's Gyökeres. It's off the post. It's cleared. And now Ziyech. Can we break? Tolu's actually got a lot of space here. He's going to find John Arias out wide. John Arias cuts in on his right. To the back stick. It's Gomez. Oh, what an opportunity. Absolutely peppered for the first 20 minutes of this game. And we've arguably had the biggest opening. Saka looking to get it onto his strong left. As Chelsea have equalised against Everton. What a tackle that is. I'm not sure who it was. If that was Totti, that guy. Arsenal so open at the back, and now potentially 3-on-2. Hakim Ziyech. Going to try and find Tolu. He's found him. Urukade! From one end to the other, a brilliant sliding tackle to deny a goal scoring opportunity. We go down the other end. Arsenal so open at the back. You can see why they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. Ziyech finds Tolu, who has filled in for Jorgen Strand Larsen so beautifully. Smashes in at the near post, and we lead this game 1-0. Gyökeres has got Timber out on the right hand side. Timber to Saka. He squares it, and it's wide from Havertz. Arsenal spurn yet another opportunity. As mentioned, we've only picked up 5 points at home this season from, I think, a possible 42. It's either 42 or 45. This would be a mega 3 points. Obviously, a long, long way to go yet as Gyökeres finds Saka inside the box. That might have even been blocked by his own player. It was. It's offside. Are Arsenal going to get one more opportunity? It looks like they are. Trossard found in space. It's Leo Trossard to the back stick. Here's Saka. What a save, Jose Sarr. Why is he diving? I've pressed X to clear the ball, and he wants to think it's a slide tackle. It's Trossard. It's Odegaard. It's Saka. It's 1-1. And that's really disappointing. I'm not sure who it was, one of my centre-backs. I've pressed X to clear the ball because he's going to be the first player to the ball. But it just registers it as a slide tackle instead. And then Arsenal get the ball. They reset. Odegaard finds Saka. You can't say it hasn't been coming. And 4 minutes into 2 minutes added on, Bukayo Saka gets his 11th league goal of the season, and Arsenal at level. Arsenal are level at the Molineux. We're tied at half-time. Arsenal going for the title. Wolves trying to survive relegation. And they've just resumed where they left off, and Gyökeres smashes one into the side netting. Oh, there's an Arsenal player down there. I'm not sure if he stayed down. Burnley are 1-0 up at Fulham. That is a result that has huge implications. I can't speak. Huge implications on the relegation zone. But if it stays as it is, the gap's going to open up to 7. 7 with 7 games to go. You feel good about that. Gyökeres dancing. Odegaard wide. Wow. To Havertz. Gyökeres, he's got plenty of space. This time he does find the back of the net. It was coming. Arsenal come from behind to lead. Gyökeres' 18th league goal of the season. Rice, who's just come on. Gravenberch. Back to Rice. Big save again, Jose Sarr. Why does it keep doing that? That's so annoying. As Odegaard drives into space now. Wolves defence nowhere to be seen. Dances. Finds Gravenberch. Back to Odegaard. What a tackle. Unreal tackle once more. And now Wolves. Do they have a 2-on-1? Arias is going to go back to Urukade. It's Tolu. Oh, what a save. We almost scored again from an unbelievable tackle in our own box. Arsenal edging ever closer to a big 3 points as they look to chase down Liverpool. It's Gyökeres. Oh, wow, that's a great finish. The Swedish striker calls game with his 19th of the season. Cuts back in on his right. That's a fantastic strike into the top corner. His second of the game, his second of the half. And Arsenal are going to score 3 goals and collect all 3 points at Molineux, just like so many teams have. You can't say they don't deserve it. They have absolutely battered us for 90 minutes. The one silver lining might be that I think Fulham might have lost, as Bukayo Saka's put through on goal. Great save. Gyökeres for the hat-trick. He gets it. Wow. When your luck's out, your luck's out. It's a great save once more from Jose Sarr, but Victor Gyökeres sweeps up. Hat-trick, 20 goals on the season. And for the 3rd home game in a row at least, we've conceded 4 goals. That was the last kick of the game. We went 1-0 up against the run of play, but Arsenal's quality shown. They couldn't keep spurning these opportunities. They score 4, Gyökeres has 3, and it's victory for Arsenal. So looking at the table after that opening game and opening defeat of the episode. Thankfully, Fulham lost to Burnley at home. I don't know how that's happened. So the gap remains 6 points. I think this moment right here is what potentially could be the defining moment in this season for us and for Fulham. They had a chance to move within 3 points of us with 7 games to go. Now the gap remains 6, and that was such a winnable game for Fulham. Home to Burnley, who are probably down. They are 8 points adrift to safety. Sunderland also losing the derby. Palace didn't play this weekend for some reason. And Everton won, actually, so they've opened up a gap now as they face Brentford in the next league game. So I can't see Fulham or Sunderland gaining another 10 points. So it looks like it's down to 5 now with the battle. And to be honest, if Palace win, it could be 2 of 3 going down between Wolves, Fulham and Sunderland. Right, we just agreed to give Dexter a new contract because he was asking for one. And even though I haven't really played him, I feel like, you know, everyone deserves their chance. And even if it doesn't come this season, if we maybe send him out on loan, he wanted a new contract. So we give him a couple-year deal. And it's not really a big wage to cover anyway. Okay, before we head into the second game of the episode, we've got our 3 scouting reports. We're going to get Samuel Greaves into the academy. He looks pretty decent, and then we're just going to continue scouting all of these guys. As for Portugal, we're going to continue scouting these 3 players with Camilo Siqueira looking the most promising out of the 3. And from Spain, finally, we're going to give Carlos Morchante. We're going to get him in the academy as well. He looks pretty decent, and we'll continue to scout these 4 players. So Samuel Greaves, 61 rated. 74 to 94 potential. Already 6'2" at 16. That's pretty decent, man. Can play centre back, right back, left back, right mid. I'm seeing him as a centre back though, I'll be honest. And then Marchante, 60 overall, 16 years old, right mid / right back. We'll wait to see kind of how his skills develop, whether he should be playing more defensively or higher up the field. So next up in the episode, it is that huge FA Cup quarter-final tie against Sunderland, the 5:30 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. 2 championship clubs left in the draw, Coventry and QPR. The rest are Premier League, but what an opportunity this is for us. As for Sunderland's FA Cup run, they beat Middlesbrough 2-1, Leeds 2-1, and then Brighton 2-1. So all their cup games have been tight, and I expect this one to be the same, to follow suit. As we know, Sunderland 19th in the table right now, in the relegation zone, 2 places above us, but 6 points adrift of us in safety. The Stadium of Light is ready to host this FA Cup quarter-final between 2 Premier League sides, 2 in the relegation zone. As we look at Sunderland's team, it's a 4-1-4-1 formation, and it's pretty much their starting 11 that you would expect in the league. Perhaps Robbie playing instead of Mayenda, but that is a strong Sunderland side. Reggie Lebree not messing around in this cup competition. As for Wolves, we are going to make quite a lot of changes, 9 changes in fact. It's the first time we've faced Premier League opposition in this cup competition, and we usually go with this side or something along those lines of this side. Bentley in goal, as you would expect. He has been in between the sticks for every cup game we've played this season. Wolf, Krejci, Bueno, Doherty the back 4. Minetti and Andre, the only players that started the defeat to Arsenal that played today. Bellegarde, and then you got Hwang, who scored a hat-trick in this competition earlier this season. Lopez on the left, who scored a great goal against Blackpool in the last round. And Gomez on the right. So, much change side for Wolves. Not so much for Sunderland. But I'm still confident in the team. Let's book a trip to Wembley, shall we? Up the Wolves. 2 sides in a relegation scrap. They know the bigger picture is Premier League survival. Sunderland came up last season. They're looking to avoid going straight back down. Wolves looking to survive after a terrible start to the campaign before yours truly came in. We have played the Black Cats once already this season, winning 2-0, I think, here at the Stadium of Light. So hopefully that will give the boys some confidence. Enzo Lefebvre out wide for Dingra. He's got my end in the box, brings it back to Lefebvre. Oh, wow, is he onside? No, he's offside. Maybe just one pass too many. Oh, it was tight, you know. You feel like if anything's going to come through Sunderland, it's going to be through Granit Xhaka, and he's created the space. What a brilliant save that is by Daniel Bentley's left toe. Sunderland getting ever closer to finding the opener now, and Enzo Lefebvre, he's got space. He finds Mayenda, who smashes it against the post, and then the rebound's put wide. Real let-off for Wolves there. That is half-time. Not much to report here at the Stadium of Light. Black Cats have been the better, but the score remains 0-0. Okay, 2 changes to start this second half. I'm going to bring on a couple of my goal scorers. We've got a week till the next Premier League game. This is a real good chance for us to get into the FA Cup semi-final. So Tolu Arukade is on, as is Hakim Ziyech. The two wide boys are off and Hwang Hee-chan's gone out to the left. Enzo Lefebvre is injured as well. Manetzi did pick up a yellow card. Ziyech, he's going to find Marshall Manetzi. Well, his score had dried up as of late in the last few weeks, but he has double digits for goals from midfield this season, especially for a relegation candidate team. That is fantastic. Marshall Manetzi collects a ball from Hakim Ziyech, who his first impact is to get an assist. It's a great finish for Manetzi, and we lead 1-0. Stadium Elite just in shell shock right now. But it's a wonderful pass. Wow. Sunderland continues to dominate possession, but they just don't seem to be creating that many chances. Struggling to find a way through this stubborn Wolves defence, but perhaps a chance here for Xhaka. Fierce strike over the bar. Granit Xhaka, the captain, to Brobby. Brilliant save, Daniel Bentley. João Gomes is going to come on for Bellegarde for these final 20 minutes. Lovely ball out wide to Trey Hume, who's ventured forward from fullback, but the pass is not adequate. And now Wolves are going to look to punish Hume for being out of position. It's Hwang Hee-chan. Can he kill the game? Hwang Hee-chan! Oh, has to be scoring there. Simply has to score there. Could that be the turning point in this game with 15 minutes to go? Bertrand Traore gets away from Doherty. Inside the box. He's going to get there. And it's 1-1. Simon Adingra with the header. His second FA Cup goal in 3 games. Traore just bursting past Doherty. And Adingra getting ahead of Wolf. It wasn't a good moment for either fullback. We said that Hwang Hee-chan miss could be crucial. And it's looking that way. Sunderland have levelled and it's 1-1. We're actually going to make a change. We're going to bring off Doherty, who was just skinned alive. And it's the youngster Dexter Lembiska who is going to come on in his place at right back for his Wolves debut. New contract. Let's see what he can do. Here's Granit Xhaka. As we enter the 90th minute, he gives the ball away. And Tolu is going to release Hakim Ziyech. Oh no. We have had the chances to win this one in 90. Manetzi. Oh, it's going to absolutely bang that. Ref's called full time. A draw is probably a fair result, but it's a cup tie, so it's not going to end as a draw. We are going to go to extra time. Okay, into first half of extra time here at the Stadium Elite. The sides couldn't be separated in 90 minutes. Let's see if this extra session can provide a winner. Here's Dexter on the overlap. The youngster. The cross isn't great, but it's one back. Tolu Arukade. Blocked. This game is so tense, it's so nervy. I wonder if we're going to see a winner in extra time or if we're going to go all the way to penalties. The hosts really pushing it here. What a pass. Is he onside? He was. Daniel Bentley coming in huge. What a save that is. That could be defining. John Arias as Tolu. We're going end to end now. Hakim Ziyech is going to cut on his left. He is. So, wow, what a tackle. Saved by Bentley as we enter the final minute of extra time. Is there going to be one final chance? Ziyech, Tolu. Can he find Ziyech? He can. Is Alderete going to get there? He isn't. It's Hakim Ziyech. Oh my god. That might have been the worst shot I've had all season. One of Sunderland and Wolves are going to be in an FA Cup semi-final, and we're about to find out who it's going to be. Okay, so Traore first up for the Black Cats to give his team an early lead. Krejci now. Scores. Isidore brought on in extra time. Probably for this moment. And it's saved by Bentley. Gather yourselves again, boys. John Arias steps up. Also a second half substitute in extra time. Brian Brobby now. And it's saved. Daniel Bentley has saved 2 in a row. And now João Gomes has a chance to put his side 3-1 up in the shootout. And he does. And it all comes down to this. Mundell saves. And Wolves are through to the FA Cup semi-finals. It's Mundell. And he scores. Well done, the youngster. And now Tolu Arukade. He's stepped up so many times since Jürgen Strand-Larsen's injury. Can he step up once more and send Wolves into the FA Cup semi-finals? It's Tolu. Arukade. Tolu! Silences the stadium alight. And he sends his side to Wembley. Daniel Bentley, the hero. Now, time to see who we are going to face at Wembley in the semi-finals. And it's going to be Liverpool. Wow. The toughest tie we could have got out of those results. I mean, Man City lost to Bournemouth. Bournemouth have beaten Arsenal away and Man City away in this FA Cup run. Incredible. Coventry also went to penalties. They knock out Crystal Palace. And QPR lose just at home 1-0 to Liverpool. So there is a championship side in the FA Cup semi-finals. Coventry hosting Bournemouth. One of those is going to be in the FA Cup final. How brilliant is that? But for Wolves, we are going to play Liverpool. And that fixture is going to come in 2 weeks' time. So you'll see it in the next episode of this series. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, more positive news after that FA Cup victory. Jurgen Strand-Larsen is back in training. He is going to be fit and available in 7 days' time. Question is, though, does he start? Because Tolu has been fantastic for us. So we check out our next opponent, West Ham. They've been struggling. 3 straight defeats for the Hammers, but they are 13th and comfortable, 37 points, 12 above relegation. I don't think they're going to be relegated. Why is Fabianski in an outfield kit? That looks so alien. So look at the lineups for today's Premier League game. West Ham playing with a 5 at the back, very defensive. Alphonse Areola in goal. Wan-Bissaka, Kilman, Todibo, Igor, and Diouf the back 5. Souček, Rodriguez holding with Mateus Fernandes. Mauro Icardi, what an in-game signing that is, behind Füllkrug. As for your Wolves, well, after 9 changes to the FA Cup team, we're back to our recognised 11. Sarr in goal. Chichoa, Totti, Agbadu, Bueno the back 4. Gomez, Manetzi and Andre the midfield 3, with Ziyech and Arias flanking. Tolu, Arukade. West Ham safe, 37 points. They're actually pushing for a top half finish. They would move into the top half with a victory today. We are looking to extend our gap over the bottom 3 as we eke ever closer to the end of the season. Let's see what we can pick up in the country's capital. Up the Wolves. Fast start from the Hammers here. As Füllkrug, he's going to square it. Wow, what a chance that was for Fernandes. Should be doing better with that. Here's Mauro Icardi. He's hit the bar. But Füllkrug somehow scores the rebound. 7 minutes on the clock and the German has his 10th league goal of the season. Mauro Icardi absolutely thunder striking the bar with a header, with a shot, sorry. And then Füllkrug with the rebound. I'm not quite sure what Totti was doing there, or Jose Sarr, to be perfectly honest. We did actually draw this game in the reverse fixture 1-1. It was one of the 5 points we've picked up at home. But West Ham with that early start, and they look right up for this. Füllkrug off the bar again. West Ham rattled the bar and the same spot of the bar for the second time in the opening 17 minutes. Tolu just needs to hold on to it so Wolves can reset here. Andre, he's got the space. And he finds Tolu, who's marauding forward. It's a Rukade. Oh, and he's hit the bar now. I tell you what, in recent games, we've really been absorbing so much pressure and just trying to counter-attack and take that chance when it does come, because we know that we are going to create at least one grade A chance. Better from the visitors, though. And that's a great high press. Tolu, he's got Manetzi driving forward. It's Marshall Manetzi. Drags his shot wide. Wolves have just decided to turn up now in these last 5-10 minutes. Oh, what a block that is. We said it a few episodes ago, when you get a manual slide tackle block in there that denies a clear shot on goal, it's so satisfying. And Agbadu, brilliant tackle there. Fernandes stood over the corner though. Jose Sarr collects. Gonna look for you, Ziyech. Forced a little bit wider than I would have liked. Gonna cut it on his left though, whipping a ball. It's a great cross which Marshall Manetzi. It should be 1-1. Plays it to Wan-Bissaka once more. And Wan-Bissaka is gonna get away from his man here. Bueno struggling to keep up with him. Cut back to Souček. To the edge of the area. Fernandes. Still Fernandes. Killer blow right at the end of the first half from the Hammers. Mateus Fernandes found inside the box. He jinks his way through a couple of players to find that yard of space, and he fires a shot across Jose Sarr. West Ham have a 2-0 lead. And that was the final kick of the half. Here's Icardi. What a pickup that is by West Ham, by the way. Mauro Icardi. Absolute goal machine. Fulkrug goes out for a throw-in. West Ham continue to press here. I'm struggling to see a scenario where we get anything out of this game. Great ball. What a save. And collected by Jose Sarr. Juff. Back to Bowen. To Fernandez. Skills coming out for West Ham. Fernandez. Fulkrug. Fernandez. 3-0. Oh, it's well worked. It's Mauro Icardi. It's 4-0. Mauro Icardi gets his third goal as a Hammer. And the hosts are 4-0 up. We've been pretty resilient away from home, but this is a tough pill to swallow. And now instead, can we counter-attack and just get some kind of respect on the scoreline? It's Tolu Arukadere fired over. Wang through the middle now. Here is Lopez. Puts in a great cross, and it's Ziyech, and it's wide. I think we could be here all day and we wouldn't score, honestly. Ball over the top. Can Lopez make that? He can. Does really well, actually, to ride the tackle. And he finds... Oh, my God. Hwang Hee-chan left all alone in front of goal, but Areola... Well, we said we probably wouldn't score today, and I think that summed it up. Not that it would have mattered. West Ham blow us away in this one. No pun intended. It finishes at the London Stadium. West Ham United 4, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Okay, so look at the table. Burnley, back-to-back victories for the Clarets. I've written them off, but are they going to make a late surge for survival? 5 points adrift to safety now. Fulham, bottom of the league after they lose away at Liverpool. Sunderland pick up a point. Everton and Brentford draw with each other. Palace have a game in hand. This is getting tense now. The gap is 5 points between ourselves and the drop zone. There is only 6 games left, so we are ticking down. But it is getting a little bit nervy. Okay, so our fourth and final game of today's episode is going to see us head to Ellen Road and take on Leeds, who are 9th right now in their first season back in the Premier League. 45 points on the board. Potentially pushing for a late European spot. That would be quite the first season for Daniel Farke's side. As for us, well, look, it's 1 point picked up in 6 league games. We've really dropped the ball in recent weeks. Luckily, the teams below us haven't been gaining any sort of momentum, but it is still tight. 5 points the gap with 6 games to go. Let's try and end on a high at Ellen Road. Top assisters in the league this season. John Arias with 10, Hakim Ziyech with 9. Arias, the only player in the league with double-digit assists this season. That's kind of crazy. Leeds rocking a 4-3-3 formation. Lucas Perry in between the sticks. Bogle, Strauch, Biol and Goodmunds in the back 4. Longstaff, Stack and Tanaka in the midfield 3. Dan James, Okafor and Callum Hudson-Odoi signed from Nottingham Forest. Nice move by Leeds. As for us, 4-3-3, we remained unchanged. Despite the heavy battering by West Ham, I still like these 11 players, and the notable change to the squad, Jorgen Strand Larsen is back in a matchday team for the first time in 2 months. Don't want to rush him back though, and I think Tolu has earned that spot as the number 9 for now. So Strand Larsen back on the bench. Wolves look for their first victory in 7 Premier League games. Leeds looking to push for Europe. What a first season for Daniel Farke though. Top half of the table, pushing for European football potentially, and it could be an early start here. Tanaka fires wide. He should have put his side 1-0 up. I am slightly worried about our form. The only thing is, and I feel like this is quite common that you see in FC games in career modes, is that you don't really see like teams at the bottom kind of like really get out of that relegation zone, which is a shame because you want it to be entertaining, you want it to be interesting. As this is beautiful football from Wolves. Marshall Manetzi denied by Lucas Perry. You want it to be entertaining, but you know, I just can't see teams down there picking up points. They just don't seem to find any sort of form. So even though, as Tolu has his shot cleared off the line, even though we've only picked up 1 point out of 18, we still have a 5-point gap. Leeds just opening up a couple of spaces. Oh, what a touch that is. What a save. Tanaka could have had a brace in these early stages. He sees his shot saved by Jose Sá. That is a brilliant save. Obviously, as we're heading towards the end of the season, we are going to get you guys to vote on player of the season. Jose Sá is definitely going to be a contender as Dan James hits a Trivela shot wide of the far post. Yeah, Totti. He's going to be another one of those players that's going to be up for player of the season for sure. We're going to do player of the season, young player of the season, and we usually do signing of the season, but because we obviously only signed one player. Arukadare. Oh, damn it. That should have been a goal. Because we only signed Ziyech, I'm not going to do signing of the season this season, but we will do player of the season and young player of the season. Young player will kind of, what will it account for, like 20, 22 and below. But I'll put up some nominations for you guys anyway. That won't happen till like maybe the next episode as we go into the last episode of the season. But just food for thought. As Hakim Ziyech is found by Tolo Arukadare. Can he get his foot around this one? Ziyech. Wow, we are spurning some real chances here. It's Tanaka. Great little ball roll there. Sold João Gomez down the river. Longstaff getting forward now. Hustled by Manetzi, and he does brilliantly. He is going to be another one of those players that is up for player of the season. Dan James with the cross in. And as the clock ticks over to 45 minutes, Ayo Tanaka finally gets his goal. Could have had a hat-trick this half. He does have one. Bullet header into the far corner. Leeds lead 1-0. Good work from Longstaff as he finds Dan James, who, as we know, is rapid as anything. And now Totti has a decision to make. Does he go to the man? Does he stay in the box? He finds Longstaff. Wow. And you can see why Sean Longstaff doesn't score many goals. And we're going to do something quite questionable here. We're actually going to make a substitution when defending a corner, which normally you wouldn't do. But I'm going to bring on Hwang Hee-chan for John Arias. And Jørgen Strand Larsen is going to return after 2 months out. The Norwegian is back. Tolu did a brilliant job filling in for him. But Larsen's not really going to get a chance to get us into this game because Leeds have a second. You feel like with the way chances have come at a premium in this game, that could be that. Strand Larsen, first touch back. Second touch back. Third touch back. Fourth touch back. He's back, baby. 4 touches and we're back in this game. Jørgen Strand Larsen, 16 league goals in 23 games. I'm telling you right now, it is going to be hard to keep this man at Molineux in the summer. Nice link-up play between the two substitutes. Strand Larsen with the clinical finish. And all of a sudden, we are back in this one. What a beautiful angle that is of that goal. Looking to find Strand Larsen again. He's looking for Marshall Manetzi on the volley. Oh, into injury time now. Totti's put on the floor. Jose Sá saves. Can we create one final opening? I'm looking for you, Hwang. Jørgen Strand Larsen's found him. The home fans are nervous. It's Hwang Hee-chan. Cuts in on his right. Back stick. Ziyech! Ziyech with the in-swinger. Perry's not going to come for it. But he has saved and the ref calls full time there. Wow. Leeds should have won this game comfortably. But in the end, they're going to be thanking their goalkeeper because he made 2 crucial saves to hand Wolves their 6th defeat in 7. So that victory takes Leeds up into 8th. They are just 3 points off Aston Villa in a European place. Obviously, 8th could become a European place depending on how the English teams are faring in Europe this season. As for the top of the table, well, Arsenal lose again and Liverpool have an unassailable lead. 8 points with 5 to go. Surely the title is heading back to Anfield for a second season in a row. And as for the relegation scrap, oh me, oh my. Sunderland and Fulham both get away day victories. And we are in a relegation scrap, people. 5 games to go. The gap is down to 2. Sunderland, 2 points away from us. Fulham, 3 points away from us. Burnley, 5 points away from us. Now, the positive for us is that our run of games is favourable. I'm pretty sure we played these 3 teams in 3 of our last 4 games. That is huge. Every single one of those games is going to be massive. But finally, our poor form is coming back to bite us. Just 1 point picked up out of a possible 21 in recent weeks. And we are now just 2 points above the relegation zone, people. This is going to be nervy. We're going to have 2 episodes left of this first season with Wolves. And I don't know if we're going to survive. I felt confident, I felt safe until this very moment. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Are we going to survive? Do we start Larson ahead of Tolu? Came on, scored that great goal. Tolu has been in good form though. Let me know in the comments, do you think we're going to survive? 2 more episodes to go this season. Get thinking about your player of the season, your young player of the season. We're gonna start that voting in the next episode, but this is gonna go down to the wire, isn't it? Like the video if you haven't already, comment down below and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next episode.